Okay guys, Sandra Pauly, great GalaXafreaks. This is a special little video, especially for all my creator pals out there looking to get on Instafreebie. I've just started using it yesterday or last night, and I had massive problems getting my comics condensed as an EPUB document down under the 10 megabyte limit that they have, file size limit, and that goes for the same as the PDF as well that you can upload with that. So let's have a look at how I did that. There are three. I eventually worked it out after lots of searching, so I'm just going to put it together here in a little video for you. It might be a little bit clunky. I'm not saying I'm professional. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm doing this on a Mac, and I'm going to be using Adobe Bridge, and I'm going to be using InDesign. Okay, so the three things you need to think about are the original graphics or original image file size for each page, how you're going to put them all together into one document, and how to export that to a reasonable size. Okay, so I'm using Bridge first of all to export my PSD files, my original comic page files, to just JPEGs to put together to be web ready. Photoshop Bridge has lots of different ways of doing that, but one of the quickest ways I find is to use the web gallery function under output and then set my file size. So I've got the files I want. I'm going to select them. If I'm going really fast, just drop a question in the comments. Hopefully I'll answer it. Now I'm going to miss off a few pages that I don't necessarily need. You can, of course, one way of crunching the file size is to just have a sampler, have an ash count, don't have the full comic, but I'm going to try and crush the whole comic in here. So I'm going to shift select or command select the pages I want. So I've got two stories in this comic that I'm going to put together. This is from GalaXafreaks Original Series 3, Original Series Issue 2, beg your pardon. So I'm going to get all the actual story pages plus the front cover, but I'm going to miss off the back cover, and I might end and miss off the inside cover. And I think when I did this the other day, I ended up leaving off a couple pages from the end of the story with a sort of to be continued sort of thing on it. Once you've got them selected, we go to output at the top, and you can either export it as a PDF or we're going to go to web gallery. This essentially is there to generate an automatic sort of web gallery web page, but it also crunches the JPEGs down to web ready size. So if you go down to appearance here, you can set your slideshow size and gallery image size to what you think is a reasonable image. That can be, I would suggest, depending on sort of picture quality, something around 950. That's the height, by the way, not the width. That's the height of the document. So somewhere between 950 and 1000 should be cool. We go to browse, where we're going to save it to, and I'm going to save it to, here we go, GalaXafreaks 2. I've already done this. Okay, and I'm going to save. Do I want to write over? Yes, I do. And that's going to just take the PSD files and just create them as JPEGs for you. Okay, so you'll have a folder full of JPEGs. Alright, so let's have a look at that. So if I go over to my file system, where did I put it? I put it in GalaXafreaks Web Ready, GalaXafreaks 2, and it's quite hidden because it's designed to make this auto web page. Okay, so it's quite hidden in there, and we want to go to large, and then you can see I've got all the pages there that are sort of, I suppose, sort of iPad size, maybe touch smaller, I'm not sure. Okay, so that's that done. I've got all the images ready to go to be condensed. How do we put them into a file? So I've gone to InDesign, and this is the way that I found it. I'm going to close that. You don't have to set up a document, all right? But what you do need to do is to set up your default document settings. So I'm going to go to File, Document Presets, Define, and then I've got my default setting here, Edit, and this is all your document presets. So you need to make sure your margins are 0, unless you want a margin. You don't have any bleeds or slugs, or even a gutter, and obviously only one column. Orientation is portrait, and your width and height are exactly the same as the documents you've just exported. Okay, so 950 here and 629 is the actual width of this, and of course it doesn't matter about number of pages, but you were to create that, it'd be 32 for your comic, whatever it might be. So okay, so to add pages, you can go File, Place, and search for them and do them one at a time, and resize them. But what I just didn't want to do that for 32 pages, and who does? And I found a really nifty script that someone was talking about on the internet somewhere, and that script will take all your pictures, so you have a folder full of your images, and it will take all of those and automatically import them into one document. Okay, with that, so I'm going to go Window, Scripts, no, Windows Utilities, Scripts, and this is hidden. So if I were to close this, I'd go to Application, Samples, JavaScript, and then it's here, Image Catalog.jsx, which is a little bit of JavaScript. Choose a folder. I'm going to go to that folder, so Resources, Images, Large. Select the large folder. I'm not going to go in because that's all my pages there. Select large, click Open, and we've got a few things to deal with here about how it's going to place them on. So I'm going to say number of rows 1, number of columns 1. I don't want any offset, so set those to 0. Set those to 0. It's got some things about fitting here. I don't necessarily 100% sure what they are. Proportional, center content, framed content. It's probably to do with its placement and its size. But what you do need to uncheck is this, where it says labels, because that will put, if you leave that on there, it will put a little label at the bottom, and that looks a bit ugly. Alright, so we turn that off. We click OK. And it's done it. Okay, how mega awesome is that? So I'll scroll out. Oh, done. Thank you. If I scroll out, you can see all my pages are there. And because I'd set the preset size to be exactly the same size as my JPEG image, and I didn't have any margins, it's done it perfectly. So now I can go to File, Export, and give it a title, and I can choose Format EPUB. So I'll just call this GalaXafreaks 2B because I've already got one on there. Save. You've got a few things that you want to do here. So we're now exporting as an EPUB to upload to what's it called? Instafreebie. All right. I'm going to go to Image at the top here, and we need to think about the resolution. And what I would suggest is start at 150, export it. All right. We'll try that. Export. All right. And that should have see, annoying, force quit that. Force quit, go away. No, go away. Kindle. I installed Kindle Comic Creator in my endeavours to get this sorted, and I need to uninstall it because it didn't work. Right, okay, so I'm going to GalaXafreaks eBooks, and here we go. That's 11 megabytes. Okay, so it's not quite big enough. I'm going to go back, File, Export, Replace, and I'm going to go to Image. And I'll knock that down to 96 pixels per inch. See how that goes. And of course, my Kindle thing's going to pop up again, which is most annoying. Force quit that. Okay, and then let's go back, and we'll see that that's 10.6. So it's creeping down. I'm going to keep that down now as screen resolution, which is absolutely fine for reading on comic readers on iPods, iPads, and things like that. I'm going to just put it down to 72, which is the standard dots per inch for screens. Click OK. Again, take off my annoying little thing. Force quit. Okay, and then it's now 10.1. Okay, that won't do. So I'm going to have to take, I remember when I did this last time, I took off a page. Alright, so I'll take off the last page. And then we need to delete that. You might want to then, on here, put a bit of text on here to redirect this comic. Go to GalaXafreaks.com or whatever it might be. File, export. Get ready with the old force quit. Boom. Gets you. Alright, and then there it goes, 9.7 megabytes. Brilliant. Okay, so that's ready then to upload onto Instafreebie. Okay, and let's have a look at this. So this is me. Okay, so now I've uploaded 3 comics that are ready to go. I'm still on a trial period. My good man Russell Nolte did a fantastic live video stream explaining Instafreebie. I don't think I'm in the position at the moment to really do that because I'm still exploring. But after a few more days, hopefully I've got my head around it and I'll do another little video about my experiences. Okay, so there we go, signing off, Galaxa fans. Let's see if I can stop this professionally. Shine on. Stop recording.